자, 역사의 한 페이지. 하이브리드 기술. 하이브리드 하면은 포르쉐티그 봅시다. 자, 장인처럼 군대는 도구를 연마하여 필요한 욕구에 더 잘 맞춥니다. 자, 그리고 종종 그럴듯한 전리품으로 탈취하거나 레거시 기술로 물려받은 차량은 기존 군사 패러다임의 어떤 용도를 찾을 수 없습니다. 그리고 그것은 군대의 선택권을 줍니다. 자, 봅시다. 자, 영상 설명부터가 뜬구름 잡는데 뭔 소리냐 봅시다.
Like an artisan, the military hones its tools to better suit its needs and desires. And as it often happens, vehicles captured as trophies or inherited as legacy tech can't find any use in the existing military paradigm. And that gives the military a choice. Leave it in the warehouses
자,
to collect dust,
특정한
replace
어떤
some parts,
개발은 패러다임을
or
바꾼다.
use the old
그
platforms
말인 것
to create
같습니다.
something new. During World War II, trophy tanks and aircraft were a regular sight. The sides rarely used them for their main purpose, though, because vehicles often needed foreign spare parts and munitions before they could be sent off to the front lines. Very few combat vehicles received engineer attention and got a chance to serve a new purpose. Here's one of them, the Panzerkampfwagen KW-1. The Germans were happy with the armor of this Soviet
소련과
giant, but its
독일.
armament needed a replacement.
소련
They decided to use
KV-1에다가
the
독일
Panzer
폭탄.
IV's cannon. It was pretty good, and many crews had experience with it. Another unusual example of a retrofitted trophy vehicle is the Marder III tank destroyer, a Czechoslovakian light tank with the Soviet F-22 divisional cannon.
마더러 3.
The SPG was basically assembled using foreign parts only, which turned out to be a great idea since the Marder worked very well in the role of fire support. Germans weren't the only ones to retrofit vehicles. The Soviet Army, for instance, appreciated the armor of the Matilda tanks it received via Lend-Lease. But the tank's cannon had no high-explosive shells. To fix this, the Soviets tried to outfit the vehicle with the F-96 cannon, but the idea never got past a single
러시아
prototype.
주포.
The Cold War also brought forward a few curious hybrid vehicles. The Soviet Union gave tens of thousands of tanks away to its allies, and the armament of those tanks became really outdated in the late 20th
이거는
century.
최근까지
Each
이스라엘이
nation
하지
found
않았나
its own
이스라엘.
solution to this problem. For instance, China spent years developing smoothbore 100 and 120 millimeter cannons, but ultimately bought a license for the 105 millimeter L7. The Western cannon was known to be an effective and reliable piece of tech. Chinese engineers outfitted their T-54 tanks with this new cannon, and also managed to upgrade the gun itself by creating a model with a longer barrel. Some modern and even future prototype vehicles in China are still armed with the standard Western cannon. More than that, China developed its own extra-powerful armor-piercing shell for it
자,
in the
중국은
21st century.
서구의 주포의
Israel did a similar job to the
중국
trophy
자체,
T-54
이
and
말이에요.
T-62 tanks captured in wars with the Arab nations. The 105mm cannon showed better performance than the D-10, while also being able to share ammo with the Magach and Shot tanks. In addition, Israeli engineers replaced the machine guns with the familiar Brownings, installed their own equipment crates, and new
자,
electronic
이게
equipment.
이스라엘 가가지고
By the
제대된다
way,
이거죠.
auxiliary equipment sometimes meant just as much as the main modules in a combat vehicle. In the 1990s, for instance, Syria upgraded its T-72 tanks to use the Terms-T fire control system. Modern electronics and thermal vision devices made these combat vehicles even more efficient. History knows many cases where curious
자, 어떤
combinations of
차량은
various technologies led to the
연료화상이라든가
creation
어쩌면
of
전자장비
excellent
업그레이드.
vehicles. After all, engineers of the world often make similar decisions, even when they develop unique weapons on their own. And when the results of their developments come close together, the militaries of the world never hesitate to combine the best of any number of worlds in a single vehicle.
나 좀 궁금하다. KV-1의 그 주포, 독일 주포.